Hello everyone and good morning again. Welcome to the second video I'm doing today because I have no idea, but I'm in an absolutely chirpy mood. So we're going to do a rant and rave video, and there is a reason for this because I am just in a mood. Yes, I am. And I'm at that stage where I just don't think I'm going to offend anyone, which guaranteed people will click this video, start watching it, and realize that I'm offended whoever the hell is watching this, because we are going to touch on a couple of topics, and that is freedom to believe in whatever we want to believe in. Yes. And first of all, we're going to start with Santa. Actually, no, we're not. I am good that this entire topic is probably about Santa, because this is coming close to Christmas. But I'm going to use this, yes, I'm going to use this to help you understand where I am coming from. So we're going to start with church. Yes. In my little, this is actually what I wear normally on a day-to-day basis, but I can look like a little churchgoer, can't I, if I just, but no. You see, this is it. It's a stereotype. It's a stereotype. We believe that women that go to church are very conservative. Well, I'm sorry, but I am slightly bigger busted, and I cannot cover nor maintain a conservative appearance at times because material moves. So, one thing that we are going to talk about is religion. Religion in quotation marks. So, just for all of you who want to understand what I'm talking about, there's all these Catholic and Christians who tell us that we need to believe in Jesus. Now, I know I sound sarcastic, and I know I sound like I'm lathering on the sarcasm, but this is to get your attention as to what I want to gain your attention about. So, we have these Catholics and Christians preaching to us saying that we want you to believe in Jesus, and we want you to believe that God created the world. Well, let me tell you something. There is no way in hell God sat there and said, this is so not entertaining, I'm going to make a deal with the devil and corrupt the shit out of everything. So, this is the thing that we need to come into terms with, is not everyone believes that one guy decided to create Earth. Earth has been here for thousands of years, and due to evolution, we created from little bacterial microscopic pieces of dirt. See? Sounds ridiculous to anybody who believes that Adam and Eve were created. Believe me, I can assure you, it was actually Lilith and Adam, but Lilith decided to question God, so Lilith decided that she was going to run along and go, I don't believe in this crap. I believe there's something else. And so he went, boom, you're a snake. So she slithered in, and then she got into Eve's ear and went, hey, Eve. Actually, believe it or not, I'm a pagan. My Celtic pagan beliefs are something that I have formed over time. Yes, I attended church when I was younger. I also went to a Catholic school, and I can assure you I believe that the Bible is a bunch of crap. Yes, I do. And I actually had to read it because I went to a Catholic school. If anybody actually read the Bible, they would understand that Jesus was a party animal. And he was the most sinful sinner that there was, and they actually sit there and believe that because he went like this and started biting his nails like this, then everyone sat back and went, we're forgiven. You are a bunch of fucking hypocrites. And this is why, because you believe that by doing something wrong by somebody else, if you go to church and beg for forgiveness, all your sins are forgiven. That's a bunch of crap. Because it doesn't matter that you still left a wake of bullshit in your path. You sit back and you go, I'm forgiven because I went to church and I went, hey, save me. No, that is not true. You need to take responsibility for your own actions, and you need to sit back and go, hey, I fucked up. That's what you need to do. Not sit there and go, I just ripped this person off $300, but that's okay because they actually struggle week to week, but I'm going to go to church and beg for forgiveness because that's what I'm going to do. That's wrong. A bunch of hypocrites that sit there, read the Bible, sing your bloody church songs every Sunday. Yeah, you will actually understand that the original day of worship was not a Sunday, but at the same time, you wouldn't know that because that's not what they teach you in church, because you actually have to dig into the research and find this out. As pagans, yeah, pagans were classed as Wiccans and all this sort of stuff, and I can assure you this sounds like a bunch of crap for somebody that sits back and goes, hey, save Jesus. Yeah, let me tell you something, it ain't that easy. Now, I don't believe in that. I believe there's a circle of life, same as vegetarians. Let's touch on vegetarians, will we? Animals don't eat people. Yes, they freaking well do. Back in the day, we had cremation, burial, and burial at sea. What happened to our bodies? We didn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean and then, like, decompose. No, we had animals eat us. So, unfortunately, our bodies decompose, they become one with the earth, they fertilize the grass, the animals eat the grass, we eat the animals, and then cycle of life goes on. It's the way it works. I'm pretty sure The Lion King covered that too. That was the most realistic Disney movie I have ever seen. And by the way, Scar is the best badass Disney has ever had, because he is the only Disney character that actually set out to do what he wanted to do, which was kill the king! Yes, I'm in an overly excitable mood. What can I say? Now that we have discovered this topic, let's touch on something else. Now, as somebody asked me about faith, what if somebody doesn't have faith? You need to find faith. And I've had this argument with Jehovah's Witnesses because my family is one of them. And I actually have a family member who is a Jehovah's Witness. And I've said numerous times, it's a bunch of crap. But at the same time, they've also said that's their belief, which is fine, as long as you don't sit there and tell me what I should believe in. Then we're gonna have issues. You knock on my door and start Bible bashing me, I'm gonna slam my door in your face. It's why I've got a big do not knock sign on my front door for religious callers. There is a reason. 1, you are trespassing. 2, if I wanted to go to church, I would have gone to church, and I would have believed in the shit you were trying to sell me. And 3, they always say, we're not trying to sell you anything, we're not trying to do, but you need to donate all your time. No, that ain't happening. I've been put on this earth to raise my children and bear my children and keep my home and my family until death do my parting. That's what I have been stuck on, and that is my life, and this is the path that I have chosen. I am not sitting there going to go to church, praise Jesus, pray for the perfect man to walk into my life, and pray for everything to just fall into place. No, unfortunately, you cannot just sit and wait. You have to go out and get what you want to get, and you have to get off your lazy ass and actually make yourself a better person. Somebody else who goes, I forgive you, is not actually going to make you a better person. There is reasons for this, because your mind is yours alone. Your choices are yours alone. Somebody can influence your being. Yes, they can put an idea in your head, but this is a suggestive thought process, and this suggestive thought process allows you to either say yes or no to doing something. If somebody hands you a gun and goes, would you like to shoot this person? You have a choice. Yes or no. Common sense would be, my gosh, hell no. That would pretty much be, I do not want the gun in the first place. Thank you very much. That would be a logical point of view. Something to sit there and say, no, that is barbaric. If somebody walked up to you and says, I want you to go punch that kid in the face. No, thank you. I don't want to do that. Why is that? Because 1, they haven't done anything wrong, and 2, they could probably kick my ass. Let's have a think about this. You've got to have a rational process of thought for consequences. This is where religion pisses me off. It is because everyone goes, Jesus can save you and Jesus can make it right. Let me tell you something. No, he can't, because he doesn't exist. It is like sitting back going, there is not one person in this world. Like, you take the president or the prime minister or the whoever the hell from whatever country you're from, the person who runs your country, how are they going? Are they keeping all the delinquency under control? Are they telling all the parents that assault their children? Are they keeping an eye on the world? These people cannot even run. their own country and keep control of their country. So you tell me how all these countries have one person running all this entire population, and you're trying to tell me that there's one person up there that is going to look down on me and go, bad kidding. I don't think so. I really don't think so. But if that's what you choose to believe, that's your choice. That's your choice. I don't believe in that. I believe there are powers that influence our world. Okay? And the powers are generated by the general day-to-day society of greed and hunger and famine and love and lust and desire and intimacy and whatnot. Okay? There is several factors that come into this little tiny ball that clusterfuck our lives. And it ain't because of one guy that sits on his high pedestal at the pearly gates with his checklist that rocks up and goes, yep, you're in. Really? This is how barbaric your idea sounds to me. But at the same time, my idea that if somebody come up to me and said, hey, you can't actually see the dead, and I'd go, haha, really? Then you explain why my door slams shut when there's no wind. This is what I mean. There is movements in this world and life that people are closed off to, and there's the spiritually minded people that get told that they're insane and that they're losing the plot. This is what they get told. But you know what the truth is? The truth is, you can believe whatever the hell you want. And my neighbors probably think I'm insane because I'm talking to a camera. But at the same time, who cares? Because it's my life and it's my house. This is the reason that I wanted to talk to you about this, is because of Santa. Now, Santa is believed by so many children. He's like the spirit of Christmas. Just a sec. That hose is really starting to annoy me because it's just on whatever the hell is watering. But the truth is, like, you talk about Santa. Now, Santa is the spirit of Christmas. A lot of people go, no, it's Christ. No, it is not. It is Santa, because Santa is this big, fat, happy man dressed in red with a nice big beard that goes, ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Why take that away from kids? On a serious note, why take that away from kids? As adults, we're taught to believe what we want, to have faith in what we want to be, to hold on to those hopes and dreams. That's what we're told. And I've got people that I know that their kids are like from the ages of 4 to 8 that tell their kids that Santa isn't real. And then they go to school and all of a sudden the kids at school, they go, he's not real. And so you've got these kids that are all of a sudden, yes, they're full of doubt, but there should be a limit to happiness. And when you're a kid, Santa, the Easter Bunny, all this sort of stuff, like, where do you draw the line at what you instill in your children? You instill these beliefs that you hold on to yourself, and don't get me wrong, I am not having a go at these career Christians and Catholics and Jehovah's Witness in the sense that I believe your beliefs are crap, which I do, but that's for you to believe. As long as you don't sit back and tell me I should believe what you should believe, that's fine. But when did we start taking the happiness away from kids? The freedom to be a kid. We're living in a society today that forces us to grow up and mold into something that is not respectively acceptable. And then girls are being taught from a younger age that their bodies are a sexual object, and they are still entitled to wear what they like, even though older men will look. You have these teenage mums that think it's funny to dress their kids and it's cute to dress their kids in Kardashian clothes. Now, it's like society's gone from it's okay to believe in this when you're a kid, but you're too old now. You're 4 years old, you're 5 years old. Nah, you're too old. When did we start just pulverizing kids' beliefs? No, I don't do Halloween, because Halloween to me is an American thing. It's not an Australian thing. It's a Hallows Eve celebration. That's what Americans do. Australians don't do it. Now, that's my belief. Doesn't mean that the people next door and the people down the street don't celebrate it. That's fine. But it's not something that I really enjoy. And I sure as hell don't enjoy people crushing kids' beliefs that Santa and the Easter Bunny aren't real and the Tooth Fairy aren't real. Okay, there's got to be limits, and there's got to be a line drawn. We grew up believing that this big fat happy man bought us presents on Christmas. And it wasn't looked down upon, and it wasn't looked in a manner that was disrespectful. It was looked as a jolly happy old man who came and brought us presents. That's what it was. And it was the spirit of it. Now you get these people who just don't even bother setting up Christmas trees, or if they do, and then their kids go to school and tell other kids that Santa's not real, and then you've got these other kids that, yes, they question, but we're expected. What frustrates me is I've noticed a pattern of a lot of Christians and Catholics who jeopardize the spirit of Christmas by saying that Santa isn't real and the Tooth Fairy isn't real because they believe it's lying. Let me tell you what a lie is. A lie is something that is untruthful. A lie is something that is misleading. A lie is something that is not a factual thing. So what is God? People sit there and say God is good. Then what is Allah? What is, I don't know, the Buddha? Okay, who's the Pope? This is what I'm getting at. Is people are so they are so diminished on the belief that God is good and there is no evil, but they always sit there, and you don't realize that if two countries are at war, you believe in God, the other ones believe in whoever the hell they believe in, they're going to war believing that their God is one that is right and your God is evil. So if we are supposed to believe that there is one man who created this entire world, should it matter what we call him? Now that I've said this, why is it so important to tell your kids that Santa is a lie when you're trying to tell somebody that your God is the one that is right? No, there is one guy. This is what you are trying to tell everyone else. One guy that created this whole world. One guy that is leading this world. One guy that is standing there that you pray to and all this sort of stuff. No. Because if there was only one, he is by multiple names, and I can assure you there are some people who believe that he is evil. There are some people who believe his catastrophic behavior is inexcusable. And there is a reason for that, because you sit there and say God is good, but You call somebody else's God evil. They're all the same person. Remember, one man, one name. Not this whole one man by multiple names. It's one man, one name, one creator. That's what you're pressing. But yet you want to take away the fantasy that Father Christmas is real. Okay? He's a fantasy. He is real. He's something that we grew up on. Let's face it. Parents can get in the spirit of Christmas that way. They get to sit there and be little kids again. They get to sneak around, put the presents under the trees, and then you get this one little prick that goes to school because his parents are assholes. That goes, Santa's not real. You wonder why there's so much bullying. You wonder why the innocence is gone. Okay? Let me tell you something that pisses me right off, and I like to hear what other people say as well, is parents who believe that taking away something that is symbolic and doing this whole political correctness and then saying that no, this is a lie. Think about what you believe in and what other people call a lie. I call God a bluff. I call him a card that people play for utter bullshit. That's what I call. I believe he is an excuse for hypocrites to excuse their behavior. That is what I believe. Now, with me saying that, you think about this. What's your excuse in taking away a child's right to believe and mold into whatever they want to be? Because, on a happy note, I think this whole world has been allowed to excuse its behavior in the sense of a hypocritic society of being told that there's no good left in this world. There are no good people. There is only evil and warfare. Let me tell you something. The world will, and it will, be purified in a manner of which sees fit. The world will decide what happens. The people will decide what side they choose to be on when it does. Now, you cannot excuse that with any form of belief whatsoever, because you know what is going to happen? The people who believe the land provides for them will respect the land. And they're the ones that will be allowed to survive in this society. They will be able to survive in this society. Those who believe they can control the land are the ones who will flounder. Because the people, which are the minority that believe that the land can provide for them, are the ones that know money can't be eaten. They're the ones that know money can't buy what you need to survive. They know, but they're waiting and they're biding their time. So while you guys run around and destroy the beliefs of everybody else and destroy the beliefs of children, we are raising a generation. We are raising one of the most desensitized generations from any form of normality. And when I say normality, I mean understanding of the things that matter, the appreciation for the things that matter. Everything is materialistic, everything is monetary based, everything is greed. And that's one of the 7 deadly sins, and I know so many Catholics and Christians that are greedy. They've got to have the best of everything. They've got to have the best of what is there. They've got to have the top line cereal boxes. They can't have the home brand because that's just wrong. It's greed. You're not happy unless you're shoving a monetary value down somebody's throat. And it's about time this world wakes up and realizes that it doesn't matter what you believe and what you have faith in. It is not going to make you a better person unless we change. And the first thing we can do is start instilling the happiness in our kids again. The freedom to believe, the freedom to be happy, the freedom to be a kid, out there climbing trees and not just hear little Johnny have an iPad. it's about being happy. And I think that's one thing that we've got to start getting back into the swing of things, and we've got to be happy again, and we've got to find happiness, and we've got to find ways of relaxing our mind from the society we live in today. And until people start realizing that society is what is wrong with human race, that's when they will start realizing. Like, you've got all these people that are happier to stand by and go, it is cruel to test products on a human being. Like, there was a thing that a lady did, which I commend her very much, but she did this whole protest against animal testing, and what she did was had chemicals poured in her eyes, she had her skin cut, she had it grazed, she had all this stuff in the display, like full display for everyone to see, and everyone sympathized because it was another human being. Where's the sympathy gone for our animals? Where is the sympathy gone for the creatures that provide us with our food? What happened to our respect for the very things that our society doesn't have? And we all sit back and slander other religions, one in particular, which I know has been related to so many things, but I'm not going to slander religions, I'm not. But why is it that everyone feels the right to slam their beliefs and their ways down everybody else's throat, yet the moment you stand up against them, you're the bad guy? You're the one that everyone looks at because you believe something else. And this is what I'm getting at. Belief is something that is very strong, and faith is something that is very strong. And I can assure you that if a lot of people stayed true to themselves, and I'm not saying that you need to change your ways and you need to do this, but you need to look at yourself. And you need to look at yourself and what you see yourself as being a productive part of society. Are you helping provide for the next generation? Are you helping believe that there is good in people? Have you done your 3 good deeds for the day? I actually do that now. I have sat back and I do 3 good deeds a day. Whether it be something small, telling somebody that their tail light's out, or picking something up for somebody who's dropped something, or helping someone carry something. I do 3 good deeds a day, and I can assure you that it makes me feel like a better person for contributing help in that way. But it also has a con, which is blindsided by negativity. So you need to work out what your strength is. Are you strong because you remain being who you are in a society that demands we be something else? Or are you respectable to yourself because you know what is right and wrong, and you insist on promoting that in your actions? Now, there's always bad people, and I want everyone to remember this. There is always bad people, no matter what the race, no matter what the religion, no matter what the belief. But if we relate this to what we're stripping kids from at a young age, which is their innocence and their right to being a child, if we're stripping that from this generation, what generation do you think are going to be leading this country one day? What generation do you believe are going to take care of you when you're older? Think about what you instill in children today, and it will help with a better tomorrow. If you teach a child what is right and wrong and how to be responsible, you're raising a child that is going to be able to survive on their own. But in this day and age, I sure as heck hope that when this reality, as we call it, falls apart, I sincerely hope that people can look in the mirror and be happy with the path they've chosen. I really do. Because that, to me, that to me proves more about who a person is rather than what they choose to do. Be safe, everyone. Mwah.